document, release and transfer, whether it is coming to us or not, that you can see in the finance. Okay, your finance will be able to see in the, they have to log into the S4 HANA system, and they have to see whether in the FB03 transaction that document has been posted or not. Okay, so this is the actual overall end-to-end scenario, whether it is an on-premise payroll or it is an EC payroll. Okay, so finance posting, it will be looking like this. Okay. Any question? Because I know, understand it's a very huge topic, but
I'm going to take time on this.
Yeah. Because whenever I was doing for the first time, it took around at least 1 month to understand the entire topic. And in the last project also, I have learned few topics like related to, I forgot, because after a long time I worked on IDOC and all this IDOC administration, all this port configuration, distribution model. Again, I had to refresh. Okay, so I have to understand this topic again. Okay, so otherwise it is not very difficult. If you are having a help from a technical consultant or integration consultant, they will be doing all this activity. Only thing is you will be doing the testing part, whether it is posting properly or not. Okay, so once this activity has been done, so then there is something called pre-DME and DME. Okay, so as I was mentioning, so pre-DME is actually what happens, the data, whenever you are doing this processing of the finance posting is done and all, there are two steps. One is the pre-DME, there is a separate program for that. Okay, so in this program, what we do, so all those bank transfer, okay, so between your pre-DME and DME, that I will be again showing the system so that you will be able to understand. So this is how a typical DME program will be looking like, okay, pre-DME program. Okay, so looks very similar to a payroll program. Okay, once you have run, so the output will be looking like this. Okay, so once you run the DME program, after pre-DME, you have to run the DME program. So it will say, this is the final output DME program. Then you will send this bank transfer file to the respective bank, or if it is connected to directly online, the bank will be receiving this output. Like this is the total amount to be paid to those particular organizations for this individual employees. They will be getting this list and they will be preparing those document and all. And accordingly, your employee will be paid those respective amount. Okay. Only simple thing is you have to run this program pre-DME, and once pre-DME is done, then DME program will be run. So this is the concept of how this pre-DME the architecture. Okay. Once you run this pre-DME program, there can be different scenarios. Like when you're after transferring the file, mostly these days nobody is doing this printing of checks and all. Mostly people do it by bank transfer. Automatically those transactions will be credited to the employees and all. Otherwise there is an option also for check printing. People used to do different check printing and you have to submit to those respective employees and all. Okay, but mostly these days we do bank transfer, online transfer, everything is online. Okay, but this is how a typical pre-DME and TME process looks like. Now I'll be showing in the system the transaction, how it will look like. Sorry, SPRO. So I think it is not an SPRO, just an user access. Actually, it is an SAP UG access, not SPRO, because it's a transaction.
So there's no configuration in the back end?
Not much. I will tell you what are the configurations are there. So only one time setting you have to do, only nothing much.
Okay.
Just a minute, let me know.
Yeah.
Actually, the session time is very slow.
Yeah.
Less here, so for reason it is getting logged out. Payroll 3, then so from SAP EG Access, you have to go to Human Resources, Payroll, then America, then you have to go to USA. In USA, you have to go to Payroll. Under Payroll, so these are the different transactions for Payroll, and there is something called bank transfer. So pre-DME, DME comes under a bank transfer program. Okay, so here we have a lot of options. So you can test transfer is for initial days of testing, whenever you're doing any kind of testing. Okay, that we do not generally use in live process system. But pre-DME is this one, PC00 M10 CDTC. So this program is used for any kind of pre-DME program. Suppose I'm executing for payroll areas. Suppose if there is a variant, I will see. depending on, suppose in US payroll. So somebody has already tried payroll control center. I do not know. So let's see. I'll execute it. So you can see these are the number you'll be getting like this. So it is again, this is very traditional way of seeing the payslip. This is a traditional payslip in the on-premise days, but this payslip is no longer, that I will cover you how to configure this payslip tomorrow. But this is a typical payslip. It will look like the main part is in pre-readme, the check number, the check date, check number depending upon your configuration. So what is the total payment amount to that particular employee? Okay. So this document actually it will be generated, and this is a pre-DME program. Okay, so you'll be finding how many the total amount, total program run date. Okay, so Data Medium Exchange preliminary program. This is a preliminary program. Okay, so if any error is there, it system will say like this work center is not in this for this particular partner, or this employee is not there. Okay. So you have to rectify those errors. Okay, so once your error has been rectified, then you have to run this DME program. Okay, so like next one, create DME, that is a PC00M10 underscore FFOT. Okay, so again, this program will be vary from your country to country. Like the program will remain the same, but the transaction code, like for India, it will be M40. Like the Molga is 40 for India. For US, it is 10. Okay, so for that reason, it's M10. Okay. So if I run this DME program, it looks very similar to that. But thing is, you have additional print control. Okay, like Data Medium Exchange, print, payment, advice notes. If it is really required, then you can choose the printer and you can choose the print immediately. Okay, but that is the old way of doing. But if it is not required directly from the system, it will go. Then you do not have to all these options. Okay. Similarly, in the payment method also, which payment method you will be using, like there are a lot of options, but again, it is specific to your bank direct debit or direct credit. It will happen, okay, depending upon your bank transfer and all. Then another thing is here this house bank. Okay, so house bank actually it is a finance configuration. So at present you will see there are a lot of house bank is configured. Okay, depending upon your country and pin code, this will be configured. Okay, so this is the finance activity. They have to do this. So automatically those bank will be credited from SAP system. You do not have to send any document. Once depending upon your configuration. Okay, so those bank will be getting those credit, and there will be debit and credit option will happen there. Okay, depending upon your those payment document number and all. Okay, so this is how this DME program will be running and all. This is regarding this. Other than that, if you go to SPRO, this is from an end user point of view. Like anything is, if you would like to check print, okay, take a print of check, you can reuse this transaction for printing all this document, but it is no longer suggested because everything is online these days. If I go to configuration point of view, I will show. If I go inside this SPRO payroll US, payroll US. So then next is your inside this electronic fund transfer EFT. What this one is there. Then so here you can see pre-notification direct deposit DME, like direct deposit Data Medium Exchange. Okay, so here inside this there are some check here, like checkpoint. If you'd like to do enable printing of zero net check, suppose any check if somebody is not paid at all, whether you would like to check those, set up this housing bank. Okay, so in the preliminary program, the options which we are seeing, right, those house bank configuration. Suppose there is a new bank in your area. Okay, so that you have to capture this depending upon your company code. Okay, your company is all of your salary is configured into that particular area. Suppose this is the example. Actually, this is my city where actually I am living now. Somebody has configured that Gurgaon. So okay. So you can see any you can also configure whatever depending upon your city, company code and all. Okay, so if you go inside of that bank key, house bank, actually they call it house bank. That means that house bank belongs to, it is your company specific. Okay, so if you go inside this, then for that house bank you have to go inside this bank account. So I have not configured any house bank. Even if I have declared the company code and all, I have to just go here and I have to decide which is my house bank. But again, this is again the configuration from a finance side. Still, if you have an authority, then you can configure it. Say
what is this bank for?
Yeah, so this bank means suppose for your organization, so you're tied up with 3 different banks. Okay, and an employee has been given a option that which bank they would like to go with. Okay, so whenever your finance posting is done, your salary for those, say out of 200 people, 100 people's salary will be credited or they will be paid from Citibank. Okay, so suppose then I will decide that configuring that particular bank details, Citibank, and this is my bank country. Suppose I'm choosing US for my specific reason, okay, or specific location, let's say. But this configuration you will not be doing. Mostly this will be done by your finance people. But for your understanding, I'm just telling it. I think there's something option is not there. I'll just putting a random one, any of this. So here bank key means every bank will be having those specific, depending upon your zip code and all. Okay, they will be having this bank number, this house, your branch number, everything. So I'm not able to do this because some configuration is missing. But this, once it is maintained, so you will be having your salary will be processed. It will go DME. After DME program is run, that bank will be notified. Okay, after that bank has been notified, then they will be giving those salary, means to those respective employees who have the account with that particular bank. Suppose I'm having account with Citibank. Okay, so then I'll be getting my salary from the Citibank. Okay, as per the notification which is given by my employer. Okay? That is the only purpose here whenever you are doing this configuration. Otherwise, this configuration will be done by the finance person. Okay, so this bank configuration and this pre-DME related stuff. Okay, so this is a prerequisite whenever you are doing this configuration. Okay, and other than that, nothing else here. If you see, let me go back. Going back to the main system also, it is a challenge here. I'm not comfortable.
I can't see the screen.
I can't see the menu. Cancel it here.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's cancel it. Yeah. Now I came back to the main screen. So in this way, you have to connect your house bank to the specific bank account. And accordingly, your salary will be credited or debited accordingly. And once your house bank has been configured, if you go inside the description of this, also what is a house bank, suppose if you would like to understand. So if you're using the finance accounting component, you do not need to make any settings here. Okay, so they are saying if you're using, otherwise if you are not using, in this case you should refer to the finance account system to find out which bank. Okay, suppose you are having an outside system, then you have to define this house bank.